So this is my recently restored Sears contractor saw that anybody that's been in woodworking for any length of time knows all about. They've been pretty famous, been around forever. This is a 1996 one. It was my brother's. He bought it brand new. He used it about a dozen times and it rotted away in his basement. He loves this thing. I rebuilt it. I've never liked these. And the main reason is the motor. This is my number one reason I never really liked these things. They have plenty of power. The power isn't the problem. When you get to 3 horsepower, yeah, it's not 3 horsepower. It's 3 horsepower startup. It's running at like 1.5, maybe 2. I don't know. They're not. It's flimsy, and they were always loud and vibrated and are miserable. Now I've replaced the pulleys. You can't see it over here, but I put cast iron pulleys on it. The old aluminum pulleys were okay, but they had an obvious bobble. Got these off of, I think I got them on Amazon. They were like $5 or $10 a piece. It wasn't even $20 for the set of them. It's worth it. It stabilized it a little bit. These things just vibrate. There's just nothing you can do about it. So the one thing I've heard and never really put any whatever behind them was getting one of these link belts for them. And I hear that it's supposed to lower the vibration. Now putting a pulley on lowered it some because these pulleys are true. But nothing. I was always scared of these things because they always vibrated and it's hard to push the board through and go straight. So we're gonna fire this up, and we're gonna do it with the standard stock belt. Now this is a brand new spanking belt. And I'll move the camera over here so you can see better. This is a brand new belt. Works fine. See, this is the problem. You can see it right here. The whole. I mean, not only it's got to go up and down because that's how it operates with the raising and lowering, because it's not on center of the circle, so it has to move up. But it twists so easily, and they just vibrate, and the belts catch. And the other thing I don't like is it comes off, and the material drops. I got to put some kind of outfeed on here. But let's fire this thing up with the stock belt and see how that goes. Moving the camera so you can actually see what's going on. And, it's all just hanging out here. It's kind of dangerous, but whatever. That's not the worst scenario in the world. Let's just watch it as it starts up. And just watch the motor and the whole function of it. This whole thing is vibrating heavily. I don't know if the camera is picking it up, but it is vibrating. And you can see it in the motor as it slows down. It just vibrates all over. So, let's try this. Now, I've had this on and I know the results. I never thought this was going to do anything fantastic. I mean, it's like anything. They say, oh, it's the best thing in the world. I was always like, yeah, right. I mean, it might help. The other thing, I'm never quite sure which way this thing should go. Should it go this way or this way? There's no arrows. They say it's supposed to point toward the motor on the pull side, so it would go this way because that's pointing that way. Let's put it on there and see what happens. This is the one good thing about these is they're really easy to install the belt. I mean, you can't get much easier than that. Installed. Alright, let's see what it's like now. So much smoother. I mean, it's unreal. I am amazed that actually works. It's unbelievable. This thing's barely freaking vibrating. And it doesn't pulse at the end. I mean, it's just amazing that just that stupid link belt does that. Now, they're kind of expensive. Although, this is brand new. We just bought this when I started restoring this. This is fully restored now. I have the leaf over here. I haven't put it on because I don't think I'm gonna. But it's all been cleaned up. I mean, it's not perfect, but it's darn close. It's a really nice top. I've always loved the tops of these, but I never liked the motor hanging out the back. I will put an extension on it, but this is the original belt. Or not the original belt. This is one we just bought. It's the original style belt. This is a good quality one. This is a Gates. It's not a cheapo. It was like $25 for this. This was like $35. We actually got a discount because it was one of those days if you go to Harbor Freight. This is a Harbor Freight belt. If you go to Harbor Freight on a set date and you got an old receipt, they give you a little coupon. We got like 15% off. So it ended up being just under $30, like $29. It is so much better. I am going to do my jointer, my my drill press, and see if they do it. My jointer especially, I want to do it over. I just put a belt on the jointer, and it definitely smoothed it out. The jointer's a 2000. All my equipment's old. Restored. I love them. I love the older stuff when it works. This has made this saw so I actually like it. I never liked these things. This runs so beautifully now. It's just amazing. I always thought it was just a gimmick, and it's really, really not. They really, really do make everything smoother. So there you go. I highly recommend getting a link belt if you have tools that vibrate that are belt driven. You know, with a standard 1/2-inch V belt. I think they come in 3/8 and 3/4 too, but 1/2 inch is like 90% of what older tools run on. So there you have it. Do the, link belts add anything? Are they really worth the money? Yes. Absolutely.